This is Carrie Johnson with the Iowa Department of Management, and this is the 5th video in the webinar series, Property Valuation System Basics. What this video is going to cover are the variety of different reports you can run from the property valuation system, what they might be used for, who might use them, that sort of thing. This video is going to assume that you have completed the upload of the process, you've checked your data for errors, and you are finalizing your data and getting ready to make it public. So there are a variety of different reports you can run from the online system. And to find reports, you'd go to the main menu and select Reports. And this is what the reports menu looks like for a county auditor. There are reports that are available on the public site. They're a little bit more pared down from what is available to a county auditor. But at any rate, you can see there's a variety of different reports that are listed covering a variety of different items. One report that you're definitely going to want to run is the Gas and Electric Reconciliation Report. What this report does is it goes and generates a report that shows the assessed or 100% gas and electric value and the taxable value for each and every tax district that you've entered within the system. So gas and electric by each and every one of your tax districts that have gas and electric value. So what you're going to want to do with this report is take it and also compare it to the 100% in taxable gas and electric valuation that you received from Department of Revenue. Just double check to make sure that these two reports are showing the same sort of value and that there are no differences. If there are differences, then you're going to want to dig into what might be occurring there. Another report that you're going to want to look at is the Tax District Summary Report. This just reports each and every tax district and how you uploaded it, as far as what is the property type, is it city ag, number of homestead, TIF type, yes or no, and if it is, then all that various TIF information that would go along with it. And also for that tax district in total, the net valuation with and without gas and electric. Estimated TIF Area Revenue Report. What this report does is it takes the increment districts that you've entered into the system, and it shows what sort of revenue would be generated by those increment districts based on the estimated net consolidated tax rate, which is just the current year's rate that's been pulled from the system. So this report then would sum together the increment districts found within one area and provide a total estimated revenue for each and every area that's within your county. And what you might see here is folks like the TIF users might be interested in this information, or other financial advisors or anyone else that's interested in what might be generated by the TIF. They might be looking for this type of report. And you can also use it too to make sure that it jives with what you're understanding as far as what's happening within the TIFs in your county. Key change report for taxing district. It's really a good idea to run this report because what it'll tell you is any changes that you made to the fiscal 17, or excuse me, to the assessment year 17 file. And any changes to those taxing districts. Did you create a new taxing district? Did you make changes? That sort of thing. So it's good to run this report so you can just double check, these are the changes I made. Did I miss any changes? This is my new district. Did it make sense? It just provides it in summary. So you can double check and make sure that everything still looks as you would expect it to. Also, there's a key change report with TIF areas. Again, run this report. So if you made no changes to TIF areas, you'd expect to see TIF areas with no changes found. If you, in fact, added a new area, then you'd expect to see it on this report. It's going to tell you the area name and number and the associated increment districts. So it's just a good way to double check and see what changes were made in the system. Were they intentional? Did they look like what you expected them to? That sort of thing. A very important report is the Taxable Valuation by Levy Authority. This is the report that those levy authorities that complete their budget using an Excel spreadsheet and entering the taxable value, those folks will use this report. And what it does is it provides two sets of columns for value with and without gas and electric. And it's going to provide both regular net taxable, any increment value, and then the total that would be used for debt service or any excluded rates, so PEPL or ISL for schools. And it's going to do that with and without gas and electric. It's also going to report it for rural and urban within a county. So again, this is value that's going to be plugged into folks' budgets. They're going to be looking for this report and needing this information. You're going to want to double check this report for each and every one of your levy authorities to make sure it all makes sense and looks like what you would expect it to. 100% value by levy authority. You want to just check to be sure that each levy authority is correct both before and after military exemptions. So this is just your 100% assessed. It's going to include gas and electric. It's going to include any annexation exempt value, but exclude anything that's excluded for cities. City ag TIF value is included for cities, but not included on the levy authority 100% value by class report, so just something to be aware of. Another report that you're going to want to run is the levy authority valuations by class, 100% and taxable. And so this lists for each and every one of your levy authorities their 100% and taxable value by class. So again, take a look at this report. I feel it's a good idea to run this report and just make sure that, if there's any wild swings in value, that they're explained. Does everything make sense? Does it look correct? That sort of thing. In addition, for those that are estimating a commercial and industrial replacement, they're going to be looking for this report because they're going to want to find the difference between the 100% and taxable commercial and industrial value and making the calculation of that difference so they can estimate commercial and industrial replacement. So again, when we look at levy authority valuations by class, 100% and taxable, compare this year's total valuations by class to last year's valuations by class. Are there large changes? Can they be explained? If something looks odd, please communicate with your assessor. You might need more information on, some large change in value that maybe you were not aware of, that sort of thing. So please review those and question anything that looks a little bit different or off. Another important report is a tax district recap report. And this report is really helpful because it provides you with a snapshot of each and every tax district and all the information about that tax district. If you're finding that there's some sort of problem in your value, something doesn't look right, your totals are way off, you might be in a situation where you're just going to have to comb through your tax district information and find what's causing the problem. And so this tax district recap report is going to tell you what you uploaded for each and every tax district. So it is a good report to take a look at. So that's just a summary of the reports or other reports you can run and that you might get requests from other folks, but that's just again a summary of the most common reports. But if you have any questions about the reporting process, please contact me. My name and number are listed there, and thank you very much.